Cholo.
At 9:33.
What we have here is we have the high profile shit.
Activation from incident 007.
Every once in a while, a couple of times a year, like 2-3 times a year, I'll get like some high profile shit. Or who knows? Maybe we'll start protest season again. Expanded traffic collision. Or did they close it? For most.
House, you still needed prices over here.
Expanded. Alright, doesn't look very big.
Yeah, you know, woman just do 6646 liters. Female minor comments, got 97, 635.
Bakersfield doesn't have big calls. They have a lot of shit. Uh-oh.
You still responding?
Maybe we have bigger calls, but we have
Roger.
we have less calls we could actually get to.
1389 is requesting an additional unit.
You know what I mean? Like
Cathedral and Martin Luther King.
in Bakersfield, they can go to like every call that comes out in the scanner, like almost all of them.
13-9, 13-21.
Here it's like, are we gonna go to this fucking expanded traffic collision? It might be a rollover, but it's all the way in West Hollywood. We're gonna go 19 minutes to go check it out.
366 instead of 5140.
And it's just a car versus whatever, a car versus a pole.
37 standby.
¿Qué está pasando aquí?
7 Roger.
¿Qué pasa?
If are still standing by the parking lot, we'll attempt to flag you down.
What's in this
Train occupants are exiting.
train?
PA is clearing the whole train.
Where is this? Oh, it's in the valley.
It's going to be a male Hispanic. It's going to be wearing a black ski mask, black hoodie, black shorts. He's going to be armed with a machete.
Guy with the machete, but in the valley.
Acknowledge they will online. 36 round call 39, 36 round call 39 to receive.
Guy with the machete on the train in the valley.
The black ski mask. Cal 40 Roger. $51 or D161.
What happened at 105 in Crenshaw?
11X97, transfer 51, 11XO, correction 1XO11 will handle.
Flight straight of 4 North, 9 call North 832, eastbound 105 through Crenshaw, requesting THP.
Is it an active pursuit?
37 SAG copy.
105 through Crenshaw. Must be. Oh, reckless DUI made a toss a firearm.
There's a active and recent out of Hollywood, and there's active and recent out of Hollywood, and there's
Unknown recent, last 20, 105 Crenshaw, white shade of 4 North, 9 on North 832.
We're going to try to catch up. There's a pursuit going on. That's our only chance of getting any good content. Should I say action? Just because they're over there doesn't mean they're going to be over there for long, bro. Whenever there's a pursuit, I just go in the direction of the pursuit.
Air 21 is advising on Bigfoot last seen eastbound 15 at Vermont.
Oh, they lost
it.
it.
Can't be 443. It's clear. It's been cleared.
They lost them anyway.
34. Okay, copy. Copy. And 420, some copy. 72 copy as well. 70 copy. 72, if you could have the warrants abstracted to my email, please. 70, 10 4.
Let's check out some graffiti here. Alright, so it sounds like they lost the car. Graph here. Hello! Hey! Hello? Is there any ghosts here? This little tank. I love these tanks, dude. Pussy Killer. I forgot about Pussy Killer. Posh. See a vision? Squash? Someone tagged Squash? There's a gang war going on in here. There's a lot of crossing out. Oh, someone told me there was like some tagging somewhere over here. A hidden part. Is it this?
Street subject to it. L30 comes to your response and 0085.
Oh, I think I missed it.
L30.
No warrant out of Virginia Beach.
Oh, sorry.
Stand by for additional on an additional plate.
Oh, muted. Yes. Thank you, Bomber. How long was that going on for? Jeez, probably the whole chat. At least you probably had audio from the video here. Thank you, Bomber. It's always something. I'm telling you.
Am I the only one that's getting Bumble ads all day?
Believe me, I didn't say much that was important. Usually when that happens,
Hey, watch what you guys watch on Instagram.
All units, code 4, 6212, Mount Angeles.
All the ads on Instagram now are just like fucking hair loss products.
2035.
Everything is hair transplants, hair loss, magic gels.
yeah, that's hilarious,
That,
Bomber. Dang it.
and somehow Instagram
I'll
knows
do
that
a recap.
I'm an
There's City Hall on
influencer.
the left, and it's looking green.
Everything is like influencer pics.
You know, we got
Actually, sometimes they do recommend some cool shit.
they probably got it lit green for 420 this month.
So I'm a bald influencer.
I was talking about that earlier
According to Instagram.
1940, do you still need the air unit?
on another stream, and that's Art Deco design. We've done a
Cali
live
Field,
stream
what's
there. We've gone up to the City Hall, went around the
2219, Franklin Duval Drive.
Was it busy tonight?
got some footage. Beautiful building. They got the Tom Bradley. What is it? The
It's a Disney Hall right here.
where you go look.
You guys want to go to the Cecil?
It's There's a word for it. Tom Bradley. It's not like observed. It's not the observatory. It's the Tom Bradley.
I don't know the name.
You know, Tom Bradley was an old mayor of L.A. And yeah, earlier I was just mentioning, I was like, oh yeah, we're checking out. I was greeting all of you, hoping you all had a good start to the week. I was mentioning. Let's see.
Hey, what do you read the chat on, Califield?
That he was possibly going to the Cecil Hotel.
You have a YOLO on the YOLO box, or you have a dedicated like little pad just for the chat?
So fingers crossed again. That's why I kept crossing my fingers.
I think I need to get like a
And
pad.
we are in downtown now, downtown Los Angeles.
Either a
So
Galaxy
heads
or an
up.
iPad just for the chat alone.
I was talking about a truck earlier that pulled up that was stacked amazingly high with mattresses, and it was a small little truck.
Reading it on
And
the
look,
phone.
like some old world buildings there for sure.
It's too small. And reading on the phone I'm streaming
And
on,
then
it only,
talks of
it
bed
only shows like
bugs
the
and
last
jokes of bed
30
bugs started going off, and chat was on fire. But there's several other stringers tonight too. It's Monday night, and we got AXN News streaming. We got Cali Fields, and I believe he's in Bakersfield. And there's one more guy out here in LA streaming for Monday night, which is kind of usually the weekend is like that. So and there were a couple calls earlier that he went to. One was pretty wild. Naked man with a knife.
Hey, how much could you rent like a warehouse?
And they did apprehend him.
How much could you rent like a warehouse
yeah,
in
it wasn't. He
Bakersfield?
was like in a weird loop. He kept singing this song, and yeah, prayers for
Like
him.
just a
Hopefully
big kind of like
figures
an
it out.
industrial
But,
space, nothing too fancy. Just
yeah, there was a couple
roof,
calls earlier.
high roof and some
But yeah,
walls.
these guys are out Monday night,
Like a garage, like a mechanic's garage.
and we'll see what happens. Hi, Chris.
Where's the
Like with the
Welcome,
roll-up
welcome. I
door.
was welcoming people in as well. I was touching on. Was thanking Philip earlier for hanging out. There's Dragonfly. Come on, let's concentrate and make AXN go to the Cecil Hotel. He was talking about that. I was like, that's why I got excited. I was like, let's jump on
All units go for on the code 6
and
Charles.
take a look.
Suspect in custody.
We can go. We've been a couple times. It's been a while since we've been back.
Six did you receive?
And we'll check on the other stringers
Very remotely.
in a
You
few.
last saw the suspects attempting to force open the
And
office
there's Lee.
door.
What's up, Lee? What's going on, Lee? You having your
Does
coffee?
not believe they have
Thanks.
exited
What you
the
sipping on right
location.
now?
I don't know how much it is.
Are you behind the
Some
boards?
creative space.
Reported obvious suspect number 1 male
Yeah,
Hispanic
I need to
full
get
beard
myself a
with the
nice
hat. Number 2
keyboard.
male with a hoodie over his head.
At least
Victim was a
one.
female Hispanic, black hair, 5'3",
But you should
in
see
the
my setup
designated
now. I
parking
got
lot on
my,
the Polk side. Additional incident 125.
You should buy
my
a warehouse
mixer
out there.
here for
Incident
music.
33337.
Or a house. I think isn't Bakersfield like the
Uh,
fastest
Yeah,
growing
the
city in
turntables are
California?
back at the shop. Yeah, I've been diving into the music now again. Man. We gotta get together here at some point
If it's not the fastest, it's one of them.
and make some noise. If y'all don't know, Lee first floor audio.
And security services units come to response to incident
Like some good
89.
music. Like to jam out, have a jam session. Check Lee out.
From the front of the train southbound.
Post your link, Lee,
Units to the rear, just stand by.
if you'd like. And Lee is usually hanging out with our good friend Steve
Commander, one
Stockton.
team clearing front of train southbound units to rear standby.
No, not a
And I've seen
YouTube,
Steve
not a
Stockton,
not a
been
rave, but
posting
more
some
like
of the-
a
we did our radio
swingers club.
interview several months back, and he
Yeah,
recently
845
posted
up
that
all
on one of his channels.
Vehicle white Land Rover, license
What's the
6
name of the channel?
Lincoln, Young X-ray 533.
Lee knows.
Young
Steve
X-ray
has so many.
533.
He has several
Yeah,
channels, so
133, or do you want
I
to
get a
do
little confused sometimes. But yeah, there's some music bumping upstairs.
Like the
100 City Hall,
Must have
South
guests.
Eyes wide
So-
shut in Oildale.
And yeah, I was also thanking Gemini Moon for her message. I'm also seeing Juliana's message earlier about the Queen. And yes, definitely.
63 code 609 Expo.
And thank you, Gemini Moon, for the kind
Hey, thank you for that super chat.
leave me messages. Scully Pop.
What is it? Telegram noise? I mean the Morse code?
Rundown of some of the messages.
It's just the Morse code that they use
Seen it. Even though we're slowly responding to
scanner
it.
calls. I forgot what it is, to be honest.
Dr. Breeze, approximately 39 years old, assaulting a female, black, 35 years,
The
unknown
bloop, 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 bloop,
incident
bloop,
135
All right, look, I could tap into the chat here too. Usually I can't.
Unit 7053 response 3 from person of Melrose, 5570 airdrome.
Yeah, no worries,
Main
Philip.
Street, thank you
I'm
for
not
that
saying
super
anything
chat.
too important, man.
Mm,
Believe me, if
it's part of the scanner. It's part of the
I wouldn't even be
communications.
shocked if I had really something important to say. I'm just hoping that we end up at the Cecil Hotel here. This is the main point of doing this.
So the Morse code station identifier? It may be.
Brian Hop Road, 2947 Brian Avenue.
T-Bone, I'm not saying anything
483
important. I'm
Citronella,
just
Hamburg,
hoping we
49
get to see
49's
the
en route.
Cecil Hotel.
I'm going to be getting some
Hopefully
scanners
y'all can
soon.
hear that.
But shout out to LA Captain. I've been
Can you hear
riding
me?
on LA Captain for years. Did I miss the main street here?
We could sit here.
If you guys want to
and
listen to
wait
the scanners,
for you,
go we
think
use
of
it.
something to
YouTube
say.
LA Captain.
And if you listen to the radio calls, you can hear what the calls are saying.
Brighton Avenue for 459.
Yeah, that's I listen to that stuff.
2947
Very
Brown
important.
Street.
And very important to learn. It's hard to understand sometimes, you know. The more I listen to
Units are making contact
dispatchers
with
and
one
their
on second
lingo,
floor on the south side, car 3.
the more I'm able to understand the calls and when they communicate with each other. So I like to listen to that stuff. And AXN, he's really good at it. Most of the stringers are good at translating the calls and informing us, the viewers, on what's happening.
Set up, it's
I don't know if that's
the Morse code is to separate, because this is all of LA. This is like Southeast,
yeah,
77, Hollywood, Pacific, Central. So I think it might be to
Streets of Bakersfield,
separate everything so it doesn't step on the other channels.
There's the Cecil.
Along with additional
We are
mail,
at the
suspect
Cecil.
vehicles agreed to Unit Corolla 9 Nora Lincoln Nora 713 9
Yes.
Nora Lincoln Nora 713 lasting unknown direction on Scatway. Cusins to 144 9216.
1171, get the last one, please.
You wanted the Cecil.
7071 0030.
Thank you,
I
XN.
give you the Cecil, dude.
There is this.
There you go. What else did you want about the Cecil?
3 traffic stop, Park west of Lankershim.
Hotel Cecil. Sign still up. Former home of Richard Ramirez, where he stayed here.
And several other serial killers. At least one other. Ooh, what was the?
Units put for on the
There was
code 6
an,
Charles
there was
Gowron
an
Sunset
Austrian
and Golden.
guy.
They were,
Serial killer that
I
stayed
think,
there as well. I think.
right before COVID and
Austrian.
into COVID.
It was another
They
one.
were
Richard
trying to.
Ramirez.
It was like
Who
a
else?
hotel that was open to the
Yes,
public.
downtown
They were
LA.
trying to run it as a hotel again, and then that fell apart. I think because of COVID, nobody was booking a hotel, especially this one. And now it's
Yes,
the city
the
rents it
Cecil.
out, and it's like transitional housing or single SRO housing for people in need of housing. And the city pays, I think it was like $1,600 a month. I forgot how many units are in there. Hundreds. The Cecil Hotel is an affordable housing complex in downtown Los Angeles. It opened on December 20th, 1924 as a luxury hotel, but declined during the Great Depression and subsequent decades. In 2011, the hotel was renamed the Stay on Main. The 14th-floor hotel has 700 guest rooms and a checkered history, with many suicides and accidental or unnatural deaths occurring there. Renovations started in 2017 were halted by COVID-19 pandemic, resulting in the hotel's temporary closure. On December 13, 2021, the Cecil Hotel was re-inaugurated as an affordable housing complex.
Like the Lisa Lamb case, who remembers that?
There you go. 700 rooms, 301 suites, 14 floors. It's owned by a guy named Richard Bourne. It's managed by Skid Row Housing Trust. Built in 1924.
Could be an old worlder. Does it go underground?
Where's the list of all the stuff? Last time we read a list, history. Was it in the history?
Yeah, Bomber. It is haunted.
Has a reputation for violence, suicide, and murder. In 1931, guest W.K. Norton died in his room after taking poison capsules. Throughout the 1940s and 50s, more suicides at the Cecil occurred. In 2008, two longtime residents referred to the Cecil as the Suicide, as it became a popular nickname in social media years later.
Interesting.
Cecil became a notorious rendezvous spot for adulterous couples, drug activity, and a common ground for prostitutes. I guess they found some common ground.
We can go check it out tomorrow if anyone's interested. Put some 420s in the chat. We could go take a look at the Cecil. Been there a couple times. Go do a live stream. It's not far from the shop.
There's a lot of bad stories about this shit, though. I'll read you one. Well, here's the most famous. Two of them. 1964, a retired telephone operator named Pigeon Goldie Osgood, who had been a well-known and well-liked long-term resident at the hotel, was found dead in her room. She had been raped, stabbed, beaten, and her room ransacked. Jacques B. Ellinger was charged with Osgood's murder because he was seen covered in blood roaming the streets close to the hotel, but was later cleared as a suspect. Her murder remains unsolved. In the 1980s, the hotel was the temporary residence of serial killer Richard Ramirez, nicknamed the Night Stalker. No relation to the Nightcrawler or the Nighthawk. Ramirez was a regular presence in the Skid Row area. According to a hotel clerk who had known him, Ramirez stayed at the Cecil for weeks. According to KPCC, he reportedly committed 14 murders while being a resident there. On August 30th, 1985, a group of Los Angeles residents spotted him in the street and prevented him from escaping until police arrived to arrest him. In 1989, Ramirez was convicted of 13 murders and sentenced to death, although he would ultimately die of cancer in 2013.
Yeah, lymphoma, they said.
Another
Richard
serial
Ramirez
killer, Austrian Jack Unterweger,
Richard Ramirez was
stayed at the
captured
Cecil in
right
1991,
up the block from
possibly because he sought to copy Ramirez's crimes.
Smoke shop.
While there, he strangled and killed at least 3
two little live
prostitutes,
streams from there.
crime he was convicted of
every day.
in Austria.
Right in front of Stevenson Middle School there.
In 2013, the Cecil, by then rebranded as the Stay on Main, although still maintaining the original hotel.
We could stop by there, and I'll show you again. And maybe this time we'll get off. It's a little sketchy just because it's,
became the focus of renewed attention when surveillance footage of a young Canadian student, Eliza Lamb, behaving erratically in the hotel's elevator was disseminated widely in international
right in front of the house
media. The video depicts Lamb reportedly pressing the elevator buttons, walking in and out of the elevator, and possibly attempting to hide from someone.
This is the Lisa
It
Lamb
was
case.
recorded shortly after her disappearance. 19 days later, her naked body was discovered in a water supply cistern on the hotel roof, following complaints from guests of odd tasting water and low pressure. How she got into the water tank long remained a mystery.
That was
the
gnarly.
floor Lamb stayed on was one of the floors that did not have security footage, which left uncertainty as to whether her death was a homicide until Lamb's sister had revealed to detectives that Lamb had a history of not taking her medication. Among her possessions left at the hotel were several prescription medications seemingly untouched. Lamb had previously been diagnosed with an extreme form of bipolar disorder and was known for displaying similar psychotic behavior in the past.
Very odd and very
Also claimed by her
interesting.
friends to act strange at times when her medications were not taken. Police ruled out her erratic behavior on the elevator was caused by a paranoid hallucination, as she had climbed into the tank herself, believing that she was in danger. Police then speculate that perhaps when she entered the tank, the water level was high enough that she could have gotten herself out, but as guests and residents used the tap water, the level could have decreased, leaving her trapped in the tank without a way to get herself out. They also speculate she undressed while in the tank, attempting to remove the clothing, weighing her down. The LA County coroner ruled her death accidental due to drowning, with bipolar disorder being a significant factor.
How did she get in the tank? The firefighters needed ladders and stuff to get up there.
Skid Row Community Center to homeless housing complex.
The CDC was also in the area
last time I
when
went
all
through
this
the
happened
incidents of
because
all
of
the
a
violent shit that's happened here.
tuberculosis outbreak.
I didn't get past,
which was weird.
Chronological order from
There's
1927.
a lot of weird stuff. Her name, Lisa Lamb,
I don't
the
think I
Lamb
got past the
Lisa.
1940s.
There was talks of this company across the street from the Cecil at this
October
building that supposedly was working
Helen
on
Gurney.
invisible technology. I heard about. Some people had brought up. Who knows? And there's also this young guy who lives across the street from the Cecil, has a
Gurney
YouTube
jumped from
channel.
the window
I
of her
forget
7th floor
the name
room
of the
and
channel,
landed
but
on
he
top
was
of the
streaming
Cecil's marquee.
a whole
1
lot,
week
and
prior,
his
she
channel
had
blew up
registered at
around
the
that
hotel
time when
under
all
the
this
name
was
Margaret
going on,
Brown.
and he's captured some
February
weird
11th,
stuff
1962,
from
Julia
across
Frances Moore, 50.
and from his
S-word,
building.
fell from
And
building.
every once in a
Moore
while, he'll
jumped
jump on
from
his
the window
YouTube
of her
and do
8th floor
some
room and landed
gaming.
in the second story
But yeah,
interior light well. She did not leave a note.
there's other stuff for sure that were part of the
October
Lisa
12th,
Lamb case.
1962, Pauline
And as I
Auden
remember, I'll bring
George
it up. Maybe we got to
Giannini,
do
27
another
and
deep
65.
dive
No,
on
Pauline
that.
Auden and George Giannini, 27 and 65, by S-word, fell from building. Auden had an argument with her estranged husband who had left the room prior to her suicide by defenestration.
Tina C.
Auden landed on a pedestrian. Giannini both died instantly. Police initially thought Auden and Giannini committed double S-word. It was later determined that Giannini had his hands in his pockets at the time of his death and was still wearing shoes, which would not have been possible had he jumped. Okay. It's 1962.
And behind the
June 4th,
Cecil,
1964.
behind the Cecil,
Jacques
there's an
B.
alley.
Ellinger,
We've gone
29,
down that alley.
Pigeon Goldie.
Had a weird dude right
Read
up
that
in
one
the
already.
stairways. But we went all the way to the end. I was by myself that time. There's big old LA rats running around. It was creepy.
December 20, 1975. Allison Lowell, approximately 23. Death fell from building. A still unidentified woman jumped from her 12th floor window onto the Cecil's second floor roof. She had registered at the hotel December 16 under the name Allison
Cecil,
Lowell,
bro,
and was staying in room 327. So she was unidentified. September 1st, 1992. Approximately 20, 30 years old. Death fell from building. The body of an African-American man was found in the alley behind the Cecil. Police said he had either fallen, jumped, or been pushed from the hotel's 15th floor. The 20 to 30-year-old male have never been identified.
Ooh,
February
so deaths in that
19th,
alley.
2013. Lisa Lamb. Okay, that's the girl in the water tower. June 13th, 2015. 28 years old. Suspected to have fallen from the building. The body of a 28-year-old man was found outside the hotel. The spokesman for the Los Angeles County coroner said that the death was believed to be suicide by defenestration.
What's
I've
that?
never heard of that word before. Defenestration? That was 2015.
Anybody?
That's the last one. But the early ones, the ones from the 30s to the 50s, are like, there are some really bad ones there. And there you go.
Some say there's a vortex or a portal, a negative one
The
inside
Cecil
of the Cecil.
Hotel. April Fools, none of that ever happened. April Fools, I made it all up.
April Fools.
Requesting a backup area to Supervisor 5570 Airstrom Street.
Richard Ramirez is my cousin.
Wouldn't doubt it. It's the other Richard Ramirez.
Huh? Nah, man.
Chewy and Crunchy's brother. Whoa, that was a creepy laugh.
On Kirsten from Airdrome in a white Camry.
XL 916 to watch.
They have a chase. They've been at this call. They've been at this call for a minute.
And there's two chases earlier today. One was a kidnapped suspect. Both were quick. Smoking scan on YouTube covered him.
It was a burglary call. I think they might have took off in a white Camry. Hopefully it turns into a chase.
Also a third chase way out in Escondido. That means hidden. And then one in Compton just a few minutes ago that,
the Peter is now calling back, giving a location of 2945 Brighton Avenue.
Too. Quick chases today.
0132. All units code 4, Ingraham. Information only. Roger.
Who knows, Philip? I don't know if the actual Night Stalker, but he might have a cousin named Richard Ramirez. I'm sure there's several of them out there. But the Night Stalker is a whole other beast there. Yeah, we could check out some of the other stringers, see what else is popping out there.
420 is a white Toyota Camry.
I did mention it was stringer night. There's quite a few of these guys out doing this.
They lost it.
So let's go
They were
check on some of these other dudes. See what else is happening in these Cali streets. There's Hopes up there. Let's see. And when I mention Hopes, I'm talking about the graffiti writer. There's some graffiti he was showing right now. Let's go. Here. All right. Oh, this guy's done streaming. Let's see, there's one more guy out. And we could go take a quick peek. All right. Let's see, the volume's still on there. Boom. Doing a little navigating here.
That guy's probably cool as hell, dude. He's a sergeant. He probably has a medical condition and probably passes his physical, just a little overweight.
This is
and
Bakersfield.
a lot of people judge people, but he might have a thyroid problem. I don't know.
And I usually watch the LA stuff. I know Cali be cracking everywhere, but there's Tim Mothman. What up, Tim Mothman? We're just hanging out at the Cecil. I do got some little video clips to share. Let's see. Let's go get into that. Why not? And a little Bigfoot report. We've been reading current Bigfoot reports out of the Bigfoot Mapping Project site. And they have a new one. It's been like on the daily that, I've been watching the website and been noticing that little colorful dots go up. So today we got another one, and it looks like, where was it out of? Let's take a look here. All right, Bigfoot report. Yeah, we're still keeping it squatchy here, even though we're dipping through the city. So that was a little paranormal trip. That was fun, checking out the Cecil, and it looks like a chat voted for me to go check it out tomorrow. So we'll put that on the list of things to do. And I guess we could say later today. It's already 1 a.m. here. And so here it is. Let's see. So yesterday it happened again where I tried reading and showing the map, but apparently I ended up just reading and I wasn't share screening the actual map. And so I'll go like this a couple times just to make sure that it is showing there. And look at that. We got another, actually, looks like a couple. So we got a new one out of California here. And then this other yellow one out of Washington State. And that was the one earlier that I seen. I was like, all right, we'll go ahead and read off a new Bigfoot report. And just within that time and now, which wasn't too long ago, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Now we got another yellow one here right in California. And we checked out this one here that's up in the Sierras yesterday and the day before that. It's at Fish Camp up in the Sierras. And then this one here looks way more on the coast. And if I'm going to guess, let's see. And I don't think it's there was another one earlier in the week or a couple weeks ago that had popped up along the coast there. I don't think it's the same one, but we'll go ahead and read that off too since we're in Cali now. And let's give this a shot. Hopefully this is working and showing on your end. Let's see. All right. And just to be safe, I'll go like this. So yeah, it's date and time of sighting. It's a little harder for me to read like this, but I could see it. It looks like 4/1/2025, 1:02 a.m. Height 6'9" is what I'm seeing there. Male, no vocalization, disclaimer yes. And then I'll go ahead and switch out because I can't read the rest of that. And I need to scroll up. Describe your encounter. It says my favorite place in the world. Okay. Did you see any young Bigfoot? No. Footprints, yes. Wood knocks, yes. All right. And it says his head was shinier than gold. Okay. Not sure what head he's talking about there, but and this is out of Let's see, Santa Cruz. You can see Santa Cruz right there. And there's several other, you can see the squatches. So several reports there. I've heard quite a bit out of the Santa Cruz Mountains. And we were just talking about the Santa Cruz Mountains. Was it on Sierra night? I think it might have been. Last night we touched on Sierras. It was recently, and then it was of two guys that were found dead in a truck up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. They have no idea. I still haven't heard anything from that. And it seems to be kind of a suspicious death at the moment. And we'll keep an eye and ears to that situation going on there. Got my attention enough to where I wanted to share it here. And I've talked about how I've been to Santa Cruz, but just done the boardwalk thing. Spent the night, couple nights, but never been up into the mountains there. Heard a lot about like the Felton area as well. That's where curator Michael Rugg has or had us a Bigfoot museum. What was it? The name of it, the Bigfoot Museum, is it? But it's in Felton, California. Never been. And what's interesting is that Michael Rugg has had his first sighting. He's talked about his first Bigfoot sighting he had up in Humboldt County along the Eel River. It's southern Humboldt somewhere, where I had my first sighting. I was up in the hills. He was down by the Eel River somewhere. And I forget, I think he might have mentioned the town. Might have been like Myers Flat, Myers Flat's where it's at. That's what they say. But yeah, there's been several reports out of the Myers Flat area and of course surrounding. Little Michael Rugg, Santa Cruz information there. And so let's zoom out here. Let's see. We're going to head on up to Washington State after that. Again, if you're interested in these Bigfoot reports, take a look at the site if you haven't. We've been on it on the daily. And this one looks very close to Seattle, Washington there. Yeah, it's pretty much out of Seattle, it looks like. And let's do this in case the map is not showing. We'll read off this report really quick. Whoops. There we go. 3/29/2025, 3:53 a.m. Height 7'10". Sex female. I wonder how they were able. Well, it says vocalization. Maybe, it sounded like a female, maybe. And then the disclaimer, describe your encounter. I saw it meandering round the fence of that high school, knocking the wood. Did you see any young? No footprints, no wood knocks. Yes. Might have been tripping. Who or you or the Sasquatch? Who's tripping? Both? And it said it's a brown color. So interesting. That's Washington State. Hopefully Philip Blair's still in here, because he's up in Washington. And a couple of new West Coast Bigfoot reports added there to the mapping project. And also, did we touch on Houston? Let's see. I'm not sure we touched on this Texas one. Yeah, we did yesterday. Boom. And let's see, just double checking these here. Yep. And we'll continue to check this out daily. If y'all find any reports that, you think we might find interesting, share them out, send them our way. We'll read them out. And that's what we got for Bigfoot today. We've also been looking at quite a few webcams And one of them is this. I've been checking out these national park cameras. Still haven't really found any good like feeds, like live streams. They all seem to be like they take pictures and they load them up, refresh, and every 5 to 6 minutes, I think it is. And so it's like, yeah, kind of not so much action. And we've been pulling up this Crater Lake one lately, and as you can see, it's all black. Earlier today, I checked it out also, and you could see what looked like water. So maybe the camera was facing the lake somewhere, but it wasn't the greatest shot either. So some of these national park web cameras are a little, I don't know, but still fun to look at. And yeah, how do you like that view of Crater Lake there? Speaking of national parks, Politis dropped a video. What was it, yesterday? Really getting on the national parks now, and he's calling upon Elon as well. And yeah, I guess he's putting together a new documentary. They got the Kickstarter going for that. They probably reached their goal by now. And I'm um, first few documentaries I was super excited for, and then checked out the last one, which was pretty cool too. I made an effort to check it out, and they were good. They were good, but I thought they were gonna punch a lot harder. But we'll see how this one goes. And yeah, I'll still check it out. I'm not as excited as the other ones, but maybe he'll bring the heat with this one. Like I said, the other ones were good. I'm not dissing them at all. They were interesting films, but and it was cool that his son worked on them on the first one. I think it was, but we'll see how these next ones go. And anyone check out the documentaries. Let's see, Philip there having a conversation with someone there, Philip. Let's see, Eagle Cam. We haven't checked on Jackie in a bit. What's cool about, so it looks like they revamped the site, as you can see here. And they have a bunch of other cameras right here that I haven't even gone through these, but I read a few and I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff to check out here. Animal cams, bird feeder cams, deer pantry cams, elk cam. Take your pick. There's Jackie. And then Tina C, did you hear last night? I gave you the thank you for sharing the Bishop situation with me. I had seen, we played a little video. The KTLA had a quick little one of these webcam videos, and it played it in fast motion, and it showed like when the fire it was already kind of started, I think, but it just showed it growing. It was like a time lapse, and it's grown since. Have you gotten any updates on that fire? There's a fire going on up in I guess you could say northeast California, out towards Bishop, Inyo, and Mono County. Mono County, which brought up the whole Mono Lake Bigfoot situation, the Mono Lake Bigfoot video from the 90s. And to me, it is interesting because Mono or mono in Spanish also means monkey. So to me, it's like Monkey Lake, Monkey County, Mono Lake, Mono County. Something to keep in mind. She seems a little restless, but I don't know. Maybe it's normal. She does have the little ones too, so. Yeah, it is a pretty bird, man. And I also haven't heard any updates because she lost one. She lost an eaglet a couple weeks ago, and so I believe there's 2 of them left. And since that happened, it seems like after that at first it was kind of hard to find the website. It seemed like I had to dig a little more for it when the eaglet was lost, because I know a lot of attention went to the eagle. It made news out here. I don't know if it made national news, but she was getting a lot of attention. A lot of people were watching it because of the eaglets, and then now the website seems to have gotten a whole revamp, which is cool. And also earlier today on the news, speaking of wildlife and everything, they finally, I guess, started putting the first bit of dirt on one of these overpasses they've been working on out here for the wildlife to cross the highways out here. And I forget where exactly this one's at here in Southern California. But yeah, one of those projects is finally going through. And I thought they already had several of those out here. Maybe this particular one they were pushing for several years, and finally it's in motion. But yeah, I thought I've heard of those types of overpasses before. They put, the artificial, well, it's not artificial, but they like, plant trees and make it look all like nature, but it's a man-made bridge. Do your states have those? Yeah, out here we've been talking about the mountain lions that have been hit. There's been the past couple years, quite a few mountain lions have been struck and killed out here since I've been out here, and it's just kind of mind blowing that many have been hit by, and most of them, hit by vehicles. So it's just like, ooh, yeah, it's a problem. And of course, the famous P-22 also was one of those victims. The famous P-22 mountain lion. Look that up if you don't know who we're talking about. But yeah, this is up in Big Bear, California. It's always nice to see Jackie there. And hers is a pretty sweet story. Like, she was born in that nest. She flew away and came back and had her eaglets there. So back at home. What else? What else is going on? We're having a 420 event at the shop. Heads up, y'all. Come tap in with us. Say what's up. Come drink your green juice with us. Let's see what's going on at the port. Oh yeah, that camera's offline. Certain cameras have been offline lately. Is she the cougar who lived around the Hollywood sign? Yes, Philip Blair. Yeah, she would roam my hair all the way like to the Santa Monica Mountains and back over like through the Hollywood Hills and who knows how much further up. And yeah, a lot of cats out here. There's a cool channel called the Parliament of Owls on YouTube. He's a local guy here, and this dude captures uh, all types of wildlife here up in these mountains. It's just amazing the amount of footage he gets. And, I'm sure he's just using game cameras, but he knows those areas, where to put them, how to put them, and he's real successful at it. And I think I've asked him over on his channel if he's captured anything else, that may be strange, maybe not your normal wildlife. And I'm sure he'd post it on his channel, but I haven't noticed anything like that. But you never know, it's worth asking him. And Tina C says workers began laying dirt down on the bridge spanning the 10 lanes, yes, of the 101 freeway in Agora Hills that will allow wildlife to, yes, that is it right there. And then other wildlife news, still quite a bit of still dolphins are showing up beached and dead. And I believe all that's due to the algae situation going on out here. So that's not good news. Also, there's these parrots, and I'm sure Tina C is very familiar with them, or anyone else who's lived out in LA. There's these parrots, and I think they're wild. They're wild parrots, uh, but not domestic. Or wait, hold on. They're wild, but they're not like from here originally. I forget how they got here. And then someone's been shooting them, which is not cool. And I seen them earlier. Sometimes they roll really deep in a pack, and they're loud. And I just think it's really nice to have them around. I don't mind them, being loud or any of that. But I know some people aren't used to stuff like that. And there I go zooming in. And yeah, that doesn't mean people should shoot them. Yeah, 10 lanes. Jeez. Yeah, it is a far stretch to get across. If you're trying to get across there. And I wonder, you think, would it be legal to put like game cams maybe on that overpass? Is that like, would that be considered that'd be private right there, or public? How does that work? Are people going to be able to walk across that as well? And would you be able to put a game camera up in a spot like that? I know it's kind of like cheating, right? But I think it'd be a good idea, because there have been talks about of Bigfoot's going across the 5 freeway up by Gorman. Yep. We've talked about that quite a bit. And so that's, I guess, that thing. Yeah, that's on the 101. So I don't know if there's been any 101 crossings. Yeah, right, Philip? And speaking of being loud, my nephew just got a drum set yesterday. So, we had this drumming sound bath event. Tina C, you missed out. You should have came to the sound bath, and the drum circle. Maybe next time you can make it out. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so my nephew scored a drum set. I don't know what the details were. I've always wanted a drum set, and I was learning how to play a little bit Tina C knows Grandpa and Tina's other half are musicians that they knew each other. So, and, Grandpa was all about percussion, and so drums. He was teaching me a little bit, but I never followed through. I switched to the turntables, and I mentioned with the turntables, there's a trick that you could do called drumming. So it's like drumming. A lot of it's that boom bap, being on beat. So very similar to drumming, but in a different way. Um, and then my brother actually took lessons with one of Grandpa's friends, also Alphonse Mousson. Rest in peace. And yeah, he's legendary drummer there. Caltrans controls that. All right. Good to know. Good to know. We'll ask Caltrans permission. Wink, wink. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. Seriously, maybe we'll try and get some cameras up there. See what we catch. I'm all about the wildlife too. I want to be able to be like Parliament of Owls and capture more mountain lions. We did capture a mountain lion with FLIR that I always like to mention. Wasn't big, but it was big enough for me. Once it started walking away, I was like, "Whoa, that's no domestic kitty." Yeah, come on through, Tina C. And yeah, the elders were there. There was and I forget the lady's name who was teaching the class. She's a Cuban, so she got that soul. And it was cool because her mom was there too. There was the elders and then a bunch of young kids. My little niece was there drumming away too. And yeah, just good vibes, good times. So I'll give you the heads up again when that's going down. But yeah, 420 event. And you don't need to and it's not like we're gonna be partaking. It's just we're gonna have some special things for your 420 needs. And yeah, it's City Hall looking green tonight, y'all. Y'all didn't see that. Maybe we'll do the Cecil tomorrow, and maybe we'll pit stop at City Hall and take a look at it up close while it's green. Anyone check on Catalina lately? We got to make another trip out there soon as well. And it's not that I don't know if you've done it, Tina, but I want to say they told me it was like 80 something bucks back and forth. But I want to be able to stay actually overnight on the island. That'd be cool, at least a couple days, because I think that 1 day trip it was nice, but there's really no room for much exploring with just a few hours, being there. But I enjoyed it. I was glad to touch down on the island. We went over to the museum, asked about the giants. I remember they recently responded to me because I posted a video about that over on TikTok, and the museum, the Catalina Museum, yeah, they responded to me in reference to that video and me mentioning that they didn't have anything about giants. And so that was funny. We shared that. And yeah, now I'm not done with Catalina. I was just getting started. So many places like that I've been to, and I haven't been to many places, but I just always, a lot of times I just get to scrape, I'm either passing through, I just get to scrape the surface, but it's all right, you know, as long as I make it there. And I think usually I'll return again. And yeah, even here, just growing up out here, there's so much Like, man, so many places I haven't heard of that I haven't been to. One thing we were talking about earlier with the fam was anyone remember the entity, the San Pedro haunting? It's this case at a San Pedro, San Pedro here in Los Angeles, and it was like of this poltergeist situation. And I was doing a little background on it today, and I heard like, yeah, there was this whole thing that could have been a hoax, and but it really got my attention because I remember that case. I was still young and probably not even born when it first happened. Maybe I was just born around that time, but I remember hearing about it growing up, and we brought it up in conversation this weekend. And so, yeah, I want to go to San Pedro also to check out some things there. There's the house that where supposedly all this happened at, and then there's the lighthouse, the haunted San Pedro lighthouse, and there's also, what do they call it? Sunken City, is it? So there's this piece of the city out there where it supposedly sank due to like a landslide, and yeah, there's some ruins out there. So I definitely want to check that out. And Tina C says UFO sightings there, which I wouldn't doubt. Where was the Battle of LA? Wasn't it somewhere near out there? It was somewhere on the coast. And I want to say it was near San Pedro. And there's Jeff Abelar saying Barbara Hershey was in the movie The Entity. Yeah. So was that did that all really happen? And it's interesting now, really questioning a lot of, and it happens, I'll believe certain things, and then later on down the road, I'll start re-questioning these things, and I think it's good. Questioning questioning my beliefs even, and just everything. And yeah, so a lot of Bigfoot stuff that I've learned to love and felt was real, but now re-questioning all those things. And yeah, and it's interesting because there's information coming in on certain stuff that really has me thinking about those situations a little more. And there's Hillbilly Herb hotbox in the chat as always. What's shaking? These bubbles in the bone. We gotta get the percolating sound effects loaded up here. And what's up, Hillbilly Herb? You been good, bro? Haven't seen you recently. Chilling in the cuts like band-aids. What's going on, Hillbilly? Been busy in the lab, probably, I would imagine. Oh yeah, look at him. Grapelicious lemon pie all up in the air. Oof. Put it up there. Sounds yummy. Game over. Elbow cough, says Juliana. Yeah, I think everyone's 420 friendly here. I think maybe, I don't know about our friend Richard in Alaska. His ears might start ringing now or burning. But yeah, no. We get down with it. It's no problem. Some people still have an issue. And I forget about that too. I'm like, oh, like I need to be discreet about it or something. And I've held back, I could totally be like just chiefing on here and you probably wouldn't even see me. It looked like the backdrop or something, all cloudy. But I'm like, you know what? I'll hold off for now. I've done it before. Light up a little something on the cam. Hillbilly Herb says, yeah, I've been catching up on some long overdue garden chores and spring prep, grabbing fresh cuts, transplants, flipping flowers, harvesting beans. Know what I mean? Yep. Sounds like some farm thugging, like Juliana. How the little piglets doing, Juliana? That's so cool. Farm thugging. Gotta give it up to the farmers out there doing their thing. So yeah, a little hanging out tonight. Thought we'd check out the Cecil. And so the plans are tomorrow we're gonna do it up close and personal. And we'll, of course, safety first. And then I'll probably have, I'll have my stuff with me in the truck. So I don't want to leave my car parked downtown too long. But we can make it happen. We've done it before. And we'll bring you all along. And that'll be like a little treat for the members, a little thank you. I need to get out there. I need to go do some stuff. And we will. I'm just, waiting for that right feeling. And then we'll see. I got a few things on my list, and we'll see where we get guided to and how it goes down. I'm anxious to get the new camera, the new Canon, up and rolling, start getting that thing to work, and just really getting familiar with using the laptop here now. And keeping the boys keeping busy here. Yeah. And there's Pancho, Zorcho. Where you been at? Hopefully you're not in another taco coma or in a Tacoma. That's what you call it. That's what it means, right? Pancho had what was it? Seis tacos de what was it? Were they fish tacos, Zorch? But anyway, he was in a Tacoma, and luckily he pulled out of it. Yeah, some of those, that type of situation, you got to just like sleep it off, lay down, have some fluids. But no, tacos, man, especially fish tacos. Don't put cream on my fish tacos, please. And give me that quality fish. By yourself again? Yes. Just waking up. Happy rising there. Welcome back. Yeah, we're about to jump off here. We're hanging out a little bit. Checked out the Cecil and rambled a little bit. Now we're going to go get litty with it and call it a night. Back to regular scheduled program. We'll be there in the AM at the shop. Hopefully tap in, give y'all a report. And still been messing with this software too. So again, my gig turned out pretty good, y'all. I'm happy about that. So if you need a DJ, hit me up. I'm for hire. Yeah, no joke. We could talk. All right, let's boom boom boom. Let's get up out of here. Much love, everybody. Y'all stay safe. We'll see you in a few hours. Yeah.